Gourmet Cooks, and welcome back to another video with Glameres Gems Gourmet Recipes. What's on the menu today is homemade pizza. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the ingredients. For this, you'll need pepperoni. I have two different kinds, a green bell pepper and onion, Italian sausage, pizza sauce, your choice of pizza crust, and I'm also using mozzarella cheese. You'll also need some string cheese as well, and your choice of cooking spray, which I'm using Pam. We'll also need some olive oil for this. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into the recipe. So right here I have my pizza crust, and it's very simple to do. I'm just going to follow the directions. So I'm just going to add water and oil to it. Now you want to go ahead and fold everything in together. So I'm just going to incorporate the water and oil until I get a nice sticky consistency. And it gets really sticky. So I took a little bit of flour and I put that on my hand just to kind of get a better grip of the dough, because we want to get it kind of formed so that way you can let it sit out for a little bit, and then we'll be able to roll it. So just take a little bit of flour and put it on your hand just so you can get a good feel for it, and it should work for you. And I just put a little bit more flour there. So just use how much flour you need. You don't want to use too much flour, but you want to have it enough where you can get the consistency like how I'm showing it right now. So yeah, I try to work it into a ball and try to knead it all together. And then once I have it perfect like that, I'm going to go ahead and just take a paper towel, put it on top, and I'm going to let it sit for at least 30 minutes so it can just rise, the dough can rise. So now you want to take your Italian sausage and just go ahead and start browning it. I didn't add any oil to the pan because it creates its own. So yeah, that's all I'm doing right here. So now you want to go ahead and get any veggies that you're going to be using for your pizza and get those cut and diced. So I'm just using the bell pepper and the onion. So you'll just see me dicing those up. But of course, if you want to add any other peppers like banana peppers or anything to your pizza, this will be the time to go ahead and prep it while you're browning that meat and also letting your pizza dough take the time to rise. And this is how your Italian sausage should look. Go ahead and take your cooking spray and your olive oil and line the bottom, or put that on the bottom of your pizza pan or whatever dish you're going to be baking your pizza on. And you're just going to massage that throughout. Now take your dough and you're going to go ahead and add it onto the pizza pan. Now this part gets a little tricky because now you want to start working in that pizza dough. So I'm not gonna lie, it took me a good little bit to do this because you have to get a feel for your dough. And my main thing is I wanted to make sure that I could stretch it out. But in doing that, be very cautious because you can tell it's like a little hole there. You do not want to have holes in your pizza dough. So yeah, you just want to kind of work with it to your best of your ability. And if you do get a hole, just take the other dough that you have to cover it or kind of mesh it together, and it should be perfectly fine. If it's your first time doing this, you're just going to have to work at it. But the more you play with the dough, the more flexible it gets and it's easier to work with. So now I'm going to use my string cheese and I'm going to make a cheese crust. So you can use as little or as much as you like. I could have used that whole roll on there, but I just decided to just kind of break it up and make it kind of thin. So it's a perfect surprise for the kids, especially if you're just trying to, make a pizza at home instead of ordering it. They'll love the cheese crust. So yeah, just really self-explanatory. You just kind of push it around the perimeter of where your crust is going to be. And then, of course, once you have the cheese where you want it, you're going to go ahead and start making or kind of forming your actual crust, your cheese crust. So you'll see me doing that in just a moment. So now what you want to do is push down that cheese crust and roll over top your pizza crust. So I know it's kind of sped up, but I just pushed the cheese down and folded the crust over. So that way you can definitely have the cheese kind of rise in the middle. And then I'm just taking my finger to just kind of mold it all in neatly just to have that crust formed, because you want it to have some kind of form and structure to it. So for the fun part, take your olive oil and just drizzle that on the bottom part of your pizza crust. And now we're going to go ahead and get this pizza together. So I'm just adding my pizza sauce here, and I'm just putting a thin layer of it on the bottom, but you can use as little or as much as you like. So yeah, just spread it around neatly like that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is add my sausage, and it's just pretty self-explanatory, but however you want to layer it is fine. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in my bell peppers and my onions. Now I'm going to take my mozzarella cheese and I'm going to just sprinkle some of that on top of the veggies and the Italian sausage. And then once I'm done sprinkling that, I'm going to take my pizza seasoning and just garnish that on top of my cheese. Now you want to add all of your pepperonis on top of your cheese. So I have two different kinds. I have like the cup pepperonis and the regular ones. So I'm just doing the regular ones first. I don't know if that's the right verbiage for it, but anyhow. And then I'm going to take my cup pepperonis and put those on top of that. Now I'm going to go ahead and take some more mozzarella cheese and sprinkle that on top. Bake your pizza at 400 for about maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Once my pizza was in there for about 10 minutes, I did pull it out and added in some melted butter and garlic on my crust. Once it came out, it looks just like this. So it's definitely really good. It came out to be very delicious. We're going to go ahead and cut this up and just show you how it looks on the inside. But I'm very pleased with how it turned out. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my pizza plated for you all and show you how it looks on the inside. So yeah, just stay tuned for that. So this is how my pizza looks once I have it plated. It is kind of hot, so I just have a fork with it. But anyhow, yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the cheese crust also. But I'm very pleased with how this turned out. So here I have my crust, and as you can tell, it's very flavorful. You have the cheese crust on the inside. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased again. I can't keep on reiterating with this and how it turned out. And I'm just going to take a little bite just to kind of taste this for y'all and show y'all how it looks. But yeah, if you want to bake it a little bit longer, you can. But I love how the bottom of the crust is kind of dry. It's not soggy at all. So yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Also, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!